Welcome to another edition of the Inside Track, a special edition here from the Calgary Stampede Rangeland Derby. Brian Hebson once again, this time joined by the four-time World and Calgary Stampede champion Kurt Bensmiller, currently sitting number 2 in the aggregate here at the Calgary Stampede. Kurt, number 2, getting close to number 1. Talk about the first 5 nights.
They've been going pretty well for us. We've had to run 2 wide almost every night, except for we got the rail last night off the 3. With the new barrel settings, I don't think I made the turn to be able to take it on a 1, 2, 3, 4, but being able to run straight down the track and have that extra jam coming out allowed us to take it.
Talk a little bit more about the barrel settings. Obviously on the WPCA Tour, 4 barrels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 barrels here in Calgary. Now, have they set it up as a 1, 2, 3 or a 2, 3, 4, or maybe explain that?
Yeah, it's a modified 2, 3, 4. Every barrel has more room between them, so they're all staggered a little more than they normally would. I think 6 and 8 feet at the top and the bottom. They make it a little tougher to get into sometimes on that 3, just from natural. You know, we've always known how to do it. You kind of just graze the bottom of 2 going in, and then drop them back to make the normal 3. And here you graze the 2, but you got to take 2 or 3 jumps and then come back in. So it makes it a little more difficult if you're not paying attention. The first day I didn't load as good as I did the second day we were on it. So at least we're learning from it, I guess, which makes it a little tougher coming to this big show and then having to relearn how to get into barrels.
So you say relearn. What are some of the things you have to do differently on the barrel setting here, say versus Ponoka, Strathmore, Century Downs, some of the other shows?
Well, we load a little tighter with all 4 guys usually. Like I said, there's more room at all the bottoms now, so between the barrels. So typically when you're on the 4, you kind of graze by the 2 barrel and the 3 and then load in. Here you don't have to because there's enough room between the 3 and the 4. Well, I say 3 and 4, but it's a 2 and 3 here, you know, by the markers. And then the 2 barrel here, which is typically our 3, like I said, you kind of graze the bottom of 2 or 1 here, and then you would drop back in, and here you got to kind of graze it and then go 2 or 3 steps or jumps and then drop back in after. So it just makes things a little more difficult. Like I said, coming off the 3 barrel here, which is a 4, usually you come out and you go towards the grandstand, but you get to kind of run straight off it now. Same with the bottom of the 3 or 2 barrel here. You usually typically would go out towards the grandstand as well, but you don't have to as much anymore, so it's a little easier to find them lanes. It's just normally we let go of the horses in our turns. We know where we got to shoot to them spots, and we're kind of guessing sometimes now a little bit.
Let's go back to last night. You won your heat. First of the 5 nights where you won your heat. We'll talk a little bit about the first time you got to the front. Now, is that horses, driving, the barrel, luck? Why has Kurt Bensmiller only been to the front once in 5 nights?
It's a lot of luck. I mean, I've had every heat that I've been in, there's been day monies coming out of it. It hasn't been me yet, so I've been hooked with probably some of the toughest guys there is here, right? With the exception of probably Doug Irvine's outfit and that outfit of Chance Vegans. Everybody else has won day monies. I've been with them, so you know, I'm in tough competition all the way. So as long as we're following fast guys and we're barreling on the front end with them, we're going to be tough. We rotated. I haven't run a wheel team 2 days in a row. I've had them off every barrel, each one of them now. One outfit's went 3 times, the other one's went 2. I've had one left leader, Deputy. He's the only horse that went 2 days in a row. We went the day before yesterday and then yesterday. So our barn's been pretty fresh, and I put a great leader on yesterday that hasn't went yet. So he was fresh, and then tonight we're going to swap out the lead teams again, and the Enemy Fire is going to go on the left lead for the first time this week. So we've been lucky with this new barrel setting. Usually it makes a lot of difference on who you hook and when you hook them. So it's a learning curve for us as well, but so I've been keeping everybody pretty fresh, and hopefully they're going to get stronger as the week goes on.
Let's go back to last night, night 5. You're on the 3 barrel, 4 barrel jacket. It's kind of confusing. Typically the black is the 3 barrel. So the 3 barrel got out front. Talk about the horses that worked so well for you last night.
Yeah, it's the first time I've had that outfit together since Grand Prairie. Like I said, the right leader was Royal, and I haven't used him here, and I never used him at Ponoka. I let Chance use him a night there, and then Chance has been using a whole other outfit of mine off his 1 barrels that he's been really rocking out of there with. Then a left wheel on mine too off his 4 barrel or 3 barrel outfit here. So we've been sending a lot of horses out every night. It seems like the ones that Chance are taking their own run at me a bit, but it's yeah, the horses are working good, and they really popped. And like I said, with being able to run straight off them barrels, the turn we made yesterday, typically going that high on a 4, I wouldn't have taken the rail, but because I got to run straight out, got that extra boost of speed that allowed me to take the rail. And Aubrey and them kind of ran up on me to the 3rd, and then we left everybody pretty good coming down the lane.
Some of the guys have wooden seats. Your seat is padded. I noticed the other day BB initials on the back of it. Talk about your the seat of your box?
Well, that's Buddy's seat. When Crew started driving, I have 2 separate wagons, and we were using my normal seat on the other one. And then when we brought this wagon back in Bonnyville, Buddy had his good old seat there that Copenhagen made for him years ago. And it was just sitting in a barn, so we just refurbished the bottom padded part and put new springs on it, and then that's what I've been using it. Buddy's been saving it all these years, and I think he's a little disappointed that I didn't let Cruz take it, but I didn't want to swap out 2 seats, so I took it over, and it seems to be working pretty good.
Well, we could talk all day, but we'll stop for now. Kurt, good luck sitting 2 in the aggregate.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's Kurt Bensmiller, your 4-time World and Calgary Stampede champion. We can watch Kurt and 26 other drivers here tonight on Sportsnet, thanks to United Rentals, Power and HVAC for your support.